week here on the channel. Thank you for joining me. We are back full circle. Appreciate you all. Miss P in the house. What's up? Good to see you in the chat. Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, hitting that like button, sending us out into that YouTube algorithm as we are getting ready for some Steeler football talk, some NFL football talk. And there's a couple things that I just seen that are making headlines here. One being these Matthew Stafford trade rumors, guys, that'd be absolute disaster. And we will discuss that. Also, Beanie Bishop opens up about that benching, per se, for Cam Sutton, a guy that was a lead dog in that slot corner role that was put to the back burner for one Cam Sutton, who seemed to be absolutely disinterested, who seemed to be out of whack in a big way. So definitely we want to dive into that and all your chat questions here tonight. What's up, downtown? So we want to dive into all that, chat questions, comments, questions, and concerns, and let this show just lead us where it is, or where it may, rather, because again, just a couple topics that I have that I want to dive into, and a couple topics hopefully that you guys want to dive into. But again, we will let this thing all flow how it wants to. And Za, what's up, man? I'm doing good. But we are back in action, man. Again, thank you for all your concern last week, but we are back. I needed a little bit of time here. We did one show. We got a little bit, about a half hour, 40 minutes in. And yeah, so we're ready to roll, man. What's up, Danny George? Another Wombat in the house. We're about to let Fields walk and trade away a second and a third for Stafford. Howdy, by the way. Thank you, brother. Good to see another Wombat. Good to see you, Danny, Milestone member. It said, good to see you, buddy. Milestone, what's that mean, milestone member? I don't know I don't know if I've seen that before. Does that mean like you've been with the channel? Because that's really cool if it is. I never seen that before. What's up, Daniel Mormon? But what another Wombat said, yeah, that, guys, if you read another Wombat's comment, it's disaster. And again, I know what people's feelings are about Justin Fields. I understand it. I hear it. I hear it loud and clear. Your concerns don't go unnoticed by me. I hear it. The fan base in general hears it. And they're warranted. They're warranted things that you're concerned about. Bringing back Justin Fields. They're legit concerns. But guys, where the Pittsburgh Steelers sit right now as a franchise, it doesn't make sense to give away tons of high-value draft capital for a old quarterback, guys. The Band-Aid has already been put on and tore off 15 times. You can't keep doing that. How the Pittsburgh Steelers have handled their quarterback situation over the last many years, a handful of years here, since the departure and retirement of one Ben Roethlisberger, it's been a fucking disaster. And we have to be honest about that. And going out there, getting a guy that is going to be 38 years old is not the answer. And I love Matthew Stafford. I think he is a phenomenal player. But when you talk about what it'll take to go out there, trade for him, and bring him in, and you talk about where this team sits right now and how they could really maneuver this free agency market, how they could maneuver this draft, it doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't. And again, I keep on telling everybody, and nobody seems to want to hear this because the conversations keep happening. The Steelers aren't a quarterback away from winning a fucking championship. They're not. They are not. And it, oh shit. I just hit a light. Sorry, guys. When I talk about that, it makes me so pissed. It just makes me so upset because I think many people really feel that this roster is one in which can win a championship with one player being added. And it's not true. It is not true. I'm firing up my computer here, guys, so we're just going to continue to slow roll this. But we're going to continue to dive into all these conversations. Let me keep going here. Daniel Warman. Hey, Jason, I hope the Steelers stay away from Sheldon Rankins. He's a lazy joke. I don't know if I'm familiar with him. For some reason, his name's not ringing a bell. Good to see you, though, Daniel. I'll have to look it up on the computer. Downtown John Broadway. I just don't want another old quarterback. Used up QB. As to see us doing what? No, it's pointless. Yeah, downtown's right. It's pointless, guys. It's absolutely pointless. We're going to talk here. I'm going to talk about something here in 1 second. Again, I'm dialing up all this shit here, getting my things up here so I can get into the conversation a little bit easier. I'm just logging in. Danny George, yep, been on here a while now. Absolutely, Danny, you're an OG here, brother. We appreciate you. You guys like Tom. I see Tom Ford below you. Tom, Danny, Miss Pittsburgh, Robert Road, Downtown, TD, Sean. You guys have just, I'm leaving many out. Roberta, I'm leaving so many of you out, and I know it. Za, you guys have been here just continually supporting me, man. And guys, if I know you by your screen name, I know you, like your name, it comes up, rings a bell. That means you've been with us, man, and you guys are ride or dies, man. And I am very humbled. I consider you guys part of my extended family. I feel like I've gained a lot of friendships from doing this. And again, there are many YouTube channels out there that have far more subscribers than me. We're inching toward 5,000. We're going to get there here before long. Not too far off. Many channels have way more subscribers and things of that nature than I do. But I don't think anybody has the authentic fan base like we do here at Mike Drub Sports. The viewers, the fans of the team, not fans of Jason, fans of just conversation for the Pittsburgh Steelers, for NFL football, for football in general. And again, we have a core group of people that are here. Russ, so many, man, that are just here. And again, I know I'm leaving some of you out, and forgive me, and I'm just naming names off the top of my head. But man, we have that core group, and it is absolutely freaking awesome. And again, I've had other YouTubers, people that have come on the show, people that I've just talked to, people that live stream, people that do content like this, and they always say, like, man, I wish I had a viewership base like you do. Those people are like a loyal group. A lot of people have, again, a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of crazy, just people click, whatever, but never watch them, never come on, and hold on, let me hit this volume. There we go. I don't want that to jack up, but yeah, we got that core group, man, and it is absolutely fucking amazing. You guys are awesome. And again, I try not to cuss, but I feel comfortable with you guys. That's why I cuss. I don't curse around people I'm not comfortable with. So definitely, you guys make me feel so comfortable. All right, guys, I got my chat now. So I see Roberts. I'll get to Robert's comment there. Getting Stafford for 3 or 4 years would have been a grand slam. He is still one of the better quarterbacks now, probably top 10. But what is his shelf life? Not long enough for a team needing two things. Yeah. And Robert's right with his comment also. What is his shelf life? What are you going to get out of him? In terms, if you would have made this trade 3 years ago, that makes sense. But when you're looking at a 38-year-old guy, what are you getting out of him for the value you're putting into him? And again, Matthew Stafford is one of my favorite quarterbacks to ever play this game. And I'm not just saying that half-hearted. I'm not just saying that loose, shooting from the hip because we're talking about Matthew Stafford. Not many people have an arm like Matthew Stafford had and still got a pretty damn good arm. Matthew Stafford is a real gunslinger, man, and a guy that can win ball games, and a guy that is a very team-oriented type player, a guy that's definitely somebody that you would have wanted on your roster, and you still would want him on your roster. But if you're not getting him for bottom of the barrel price, it's not worth it because you can't weigh the risk versus reward. Maybe you get a year out of him. But again, the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't one player away, one quarterback away from winning a title. They are not. They have massive coaching issues, and that's not going away because Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere. And again, I'm not blaming the coordinators because it doesn't matter. Any coordinator under Mike Tomlin has all produced the same exact outcomes here as of late. And that's not going to change. So again, you're looking at a football team with massive coaching issues, massive issues in the schematic department, huge schematic deficiencies, an unwillingness to adapt, an unwillingness to change. And these are just the bare eyes looking in that I can just name off the top of my head. You have a running game that's in flux because of the offensive line that's full of young players that are growing. Again, I believe in them. I think they are going to be very good along that offensive front very soon. We're just talking about right now, how it looks. You have a run game that's in flux. You have an offensive line that's in flux. You have a tight end room that's trying to find their identity with an offensive coordinator that was supposed to really be tight end heavy, that really loved to use the tight end, but yet we saw minimal usage out of the tight end room last year. So you have that position. You have a wide receiver room that's in flux, that you're trying to find a guy that can take that lead dog spot because George Pickens isn't a leader. He's a phenomenal athlete, but is he the number one guy, that leader inside of that room? Fuck no, he's not. He's just not. He doesn't have the mentality for it. So there you go. There's another position. You have a defense that has some aging superstars that costing a lot of money. And you have a defense in flux in the corner position. You have an excellent talent in Joey Porter Jr., but you don't have nobody to quite match up with him in that physicality to play that brand of football that you want. You had a tumultuous season again with one Beanie Bishop because you had him in there playing. Then you switched it up to the veteran Cam Sutton, and he played very pedestrian. Then you have Minkah Fitzpatrick, who hasn't really made a play in 2.5 years. Other than that interception against Baltimore, he's been basically non-existent in the splash play department. Getting ate up by tight ends week in, week out. You have a defense that the safety is making a ton of tackles. Both safeties. DeShon Elliott was one of the bright spots for that defense, but Minkah Fitzpatrick and DeShon Elliott constantly in the tops of this team in making tackles. That tells you there's a major deficiency. It's a team that needs a true nose tackle. It's a team that has no identity on defense. They never blitz. They never do anything exotic. They line up in their fucking regular sets and come after you with 3, maybe 4, and they expect to get pressure, and they expect to just rely on TJ Watt. There's no real complexity in it. These are just the basic things that I'm naming off, guys. And again, you have some special teams highs. Chris Boswell, very, very dependable. Very few seasons to where he hasn't been absolutely stellar. So there's a bright spot. But there's a lot of holes. There's a lot of things that's got to be fixed. And that's where we're at. And when you would go out there and give potentially a first or a second and a third for Matthew Stafford, also, you're going to spend a ton of money. This guy wants a raise this season. You're going to be looking at a $50 million a year quarterback. Are you in a position to do that this offseason? Yeah, you could. But what are you fixing besides that? Nothing. There's your issues, guys. These are very simplistic issues that beam out off the page to us all. Let's keep going here, guys. Hold on. I got to close something on my computer. All right, let's keep going. This isn't the Mike Tomlin retirement team. Yeah, it seems like it's becoming a retirement home. Tom Ford, Matthew Stafford is also the wrong side of 30, plus he wants $50 million. Absolutely, man. Too many things are needed on the Steelers to be a serious contender. Absolutely, Robert, no doubt. Wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. Zah Curry, this is the best Steelers chat on the planet. Thank you, Zah. Appreciate it, man. Tom says, honestly, it doesn't matter who the Steelers get. As long as Tomlin is there to ruin their careers. Sorry if I sound like a Debbie Downer. You don't, Tom. You're right. Mike Tomlin has some soul searching to do this offseason, guys. He has some serious soul searching. And we can sit here and make all the excuses in the world. We can sit here and all talk about Mike Tomlin this, Mike Tomlin that. He does this well, he does that well, but he does some very important things poorly. Very important things. And that's the problem, guys. And you can't overlook it. Oh, sorry, guys. I just bathed my dogs, and I feel like I have hair all over me because I have a dog blow drying them dogs' hair going everywhere. And, I'm doing it in our downstairs shower because it's like a walk-in shower, and it's all stone in there and stuff. So it's easy to clean up. But I bath them outside usually in the summertime because I don't want my babies being cold now. These dogs live better than I do. But yeah, I keep seeing a hair floating, and I'm all brushing myself off. I was blowing myself off. But anyway, guys, all right, make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button. Also, don't forget, man, I want to bring this up again. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, you could be the winner of an authentic TJ Watt signed jersey. I also have a picture that I can put with it from when it was signed. I also, again, if we reach a certain amount of subscriber count, amount in subscribers, I will get it authenticated. As always, I will pay for shipping with it, but we got to get to that 10,000 subscriber mark. I know we can do it. Also, become that Mic Drop Mafia member for 99 cents a month. But we are back this week, kicking into full gear, kicking into this offseason. I promised Tyrone some mock drafts. I've been doing some of that. I'm going to get back into it and get going with that. But again, guys, I'm not a draft kind of guy. I can talk about it. I'll talk about it when the season comes up or when the draft comes up. Sean will come on. We'll do our draft picks. We'll have you guys doing your draft picks. I'm going to put out several mocks, but I'm a guy about literally players that can help you now. That's where I feel more comfortable talking about players that are currently on the roster. All these draft picks are just gambles. They're lottery picks, and I don't care who it is. It could be the number one pick overall. There are very few surefire things inside of the NFL draft. But anyway, guys, make sure you're double tapping that screen. I truly appreciate it. It's absolutely free to hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live, and we are going to live stream our ass off this week, as always. And again, if you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. The place to be is right here as we are inching very close to 5,000 subscribers. I know we can get there very soon, especially with you guys helping out, sharing the show. It's very easy to share it to all your social medias, and it's very easy to like it. Hey, that circle light is supposed to be in front of your face. Just a suggestion. I have two of them in front of my face. Thank you, though. That's just one of the side ones that I use, because if I don't have it up, it's kind of dim back here, so it's more for the backdrop than anything. But thank you, though. Appreciate it. Downtown, the reason I'm here is because of you, Jason. I just happened to follow or to see this channel and listen to it and became a fan after one show because of all Yins, because we are a Steelers fan. Hell yeah. Thank you, Downtown. You're an OG, brother. We appreciate you. JM, has any OC or DC that Tomlin hired had any success or even get another job after leaving? Absolutely not. There is no Tomlin coaching tree, which I'm not concerned about, but kind of is telling, guys. It's kind of telling. Kind of says something about Tomlin. And you see the same exact product, my friends. You never see a different product on the football field, no matter who is that offensive coordinator. And I'm not saying it's always been like that, because I thought Todd Haley had an interesting offense for the Steelers. I thought he was probably the best one under Mike Tomlin. But pretty much you get the same exact product every time, no matter who's there. Joe Vlog says, Jason, I've given up until Tomlin is gone. I think that's a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. And again, I cannot blame people. I can point out 5 or 6 major deficiencies at Mike Tomlin and lay them at Mike Tomlin's feet. And literally, that's without really diving deep into Mike Tomlin. And that's not good, guys. That's not good. What's up, 76? Danny George 100% downtown. This Dirty Davis in the house. This team has tons of issues. It needs a soft rebuild for sure. And again, guys, I agree with Dirty Davis. I don't like the word rebuild because I mean, it's true, but I think you can. I don't know what a better word would be for it. You know? I feel like why I don't like the word rebuild is because it just bothers me. Like the team has to strip everything down and we got to redo everything. And I feel like that's why I don't like the word rebuild. But it's true. And I feel as though the Steelers, again, have a very unique situation. And I think a lot of people in the NFL circle are discounting what opportunity lies in front of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a lot of people that are fans of other teams are overlooking the possibilities that sit in front of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guys, they are in a prime situation right now to absolutely revamp this roster in a fucking huge way. And I think a lot of people are overlooking that. The opportunity with the available cap space that they have, the opportunity that they have with Omar Khan, because I think he's done a fine job, and I think he'll continue to do so. I really feel like they find themselves in that situation to where they can really get some things done. They have a draft on their front doorstep in 2026. And if they play their cards right here in 2025, they'll have a tremendous amount of resources and value in that draft to be able to make an exciting move to potentially get a franchise quarterback or the best player available in that draft. Potentially. I'm not saying it will happen. Potentially. And this season, if you play your cards right and you don't fuck around and you get Justin Fields signed, regardless of what everybody thinks of Justin Fields, it's the only logical choice that makes sense. It's the only decision that you can make that puts you in a prime position to make 2026 magical. It's the only decision you can make. Why? Because there is still upside with Justin Fields, guys. He could hit still. And if that happens, you're a winner. Great. Awesome. Now you go after getting yourself some fucking phenomenal talent at the wide receiver spot. Perhaps you trade out of the first round and get a tremendous amount of draft capital in other areas. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying there's so many possibilities. If Justin Fields perhaps hits, great. If not, you've prepared yourself for 2026 in a way that you are going to be set up to win for the next 15 to 20 years, potentially. Potentially, if you do it right. Again, you got to hit on a draft pick, though. It's lottery, guys. Even if you go after, I don't care if you go in 2026 and you draft Arch Manning. There's potential there that he flops. It's the reality of the draft. And maybe that's why there are teams that think of draft capital just the way I said it there. That they're all gambles. So why not utilize those picks on a proven commodity? And I understand that philosophy also. But you can't use it on guys that are 100 years old. You can't use it to guys that are going to be needing a fucking walker to come into the game. You can't. You just can't. Let's keep going. Like it up, fellas, from Za. Yes, like it up, ladies and gentlemen. Truly appreciate it. Second best team in PA from Ant B. Za Curry, Philadelphia Fly, Refs Fly. Patrick Cruel, NFL, you have to... If you are the Browns, then, well, Browns suck bad, man. No disrespect to Cam from Za. Robert Rhodes, Stafford is an OC on the field. Age and how long will he play are the only issues. Put Stafford on a better team than the Steelers, and he might win a Super Bowl. Tomlin and talent are in the way. Absolutely. And again, the Steelers aren't that team that needs a quarterback. I mean, they need one, but they're not one quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender. A team that would trade for Matthew Stafford is a team that literally is absolutely fucking stacked and got a shitty quarterback. That's who trades for a guy like Matt Stafford. Pickens is on his way to be AB 2.0 from Daniel. Daniel, is that in a good way or a bad way? Is he going to have that 6-year run that Antonio Brown had that's basically unmatched by anybody that, in my opinion, made him a Hall of Fame type player? Or is he going to be the AB that fell off the rails? That's, there's two ABs. There's an AB that was probably one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen touch a football field. And then there's the AB that was an absolute fucking disaster, train wreck, psycho. There's those. You want that jersey, Joe? Become that Mike Drop Mafia member, 99 cents a month. It's always only going to be 99 cents a month. And again, we got to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. So when you guys help me by sharing and liking the show, we will go ahead and get to that mark. And we aren't far off. So we will get that authentic signed TJ Watt jersey. That'll be awesome for you guys. It's definitely a collector's dream to have one of those. And I have tons of signed Steelers memorabilia. Daniel, we did that. Joe, we did that. Miss P, Matt Crowley, LOL AB 2.0 is right. Tom Ford, Sergeant Vogues, that's my jersey. You guys are ready for that jersey. Guys, if we can rapidly get, I'll make you a deal. If we could get to 7,000 subscribers before February, March, before the end of March, I'll do it at 7,000. So there you go. I'll do it at 7,000. If we can get to 10,000 quickly, we'll get that raffle going. So it'll definitely be up there. But we got to share that show, man. Again, guys, when I put that show out there and you see it pop up in the community tab on the channel page, you can hit share. And when you do it on your phone, it'll ask you want to share it to Facebook, X, wherever. And you share it to those places. And also, guys, make sure you go over and follow us on Facebook. Mike Drop Sports. We're there. We need to build that presence up. We are lacking in that department. We want to build our Facebook channel or page up to also be a monetized channel, and we also want to get that and to the point to where we're live streaming on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. So you guys got to go over there and support us. I would truly appreciate that. And again, thank you to our loyal fan base that we have here at Mike Drop Sports. You guys are absolutely fucking awesome, man. But double tap that screen for us, guys. Let's keep going. Miss P, they're talking about these quarterbacks. Everybody's talking about Justin Fields going to Detroit Lions. That would be interesting. Jared Goff's their guy. But do they want out of that? Do they think they could do better? I don't know. Jared Goff's a guy that, is he an elite talent? No, but he's very, very good. And you can win ball games with him. That's a very interesting thing. I think that I see more rumors of Justin Fields going to the Jets than anything. I think that's probably the realest opportunity for Justin Fields. I think it's either the New York Jets or the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have to, though, guys, sign Justin Fields immediately. They need a deal in place basically now. They need to have that as soon as free agency, as soon as you're able to sign these players, you need to execute that move. It's the only logical thing to do. Hey, Jason and all our Steelers supporters, I hope everyone has a good day. What's up, Roberta? One of our OGs of the channel. Welcome, Roberta. Zach Dallas. Cowboys is coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is what I'm hearing. Dak. I don't think that Dak's another one that isn't going to win a Super Bowl, isn't the answer, and isn't a guy that you want to pay for. Guys, there is no reason the Pittsburgh Steelers go out there and pay $50 million a year for a quarterback this season. It doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't. There's too many other holes. Way too many. Again, if I'm Art Rooney, I would never agree to pay a quarterback a significant salary here in 2025. One, just because of coaching. That first and foremost, because of coaching. Daniel Berry Sports, highlights in the house. What's up? Wave that terrible towel from Miss Pittsburgh. Halloween channel, do you think TJ Watt will get traded? I don't believe he'll get traded because, guys, let's face it, the Steelers are very loyal. But would he be a candidate if I were the general manager? Yeah, but man, you'd have to load me up with draft picks to get rid of him because he is a significant piece and he is a guy that still has a ton of value. And that's where the NFL's hard, guys. When you're a franchise like the Steelers, it becomes very difficult to know when to say goodbye to some of these players, to know when it's the right time to move on from somebody, to where you still get significant return on investment. That's the whole name of this game, guys. And a lot of teams don't understand that. A lot of general managers don't understand that. That there are pieces on your football team that are, guys that you want to be one-hat guys. And some of them may make it to be one-hat guys. But you have to understand that there becomes a shelf life with a team to where you have to look at the broader picture. And I take Minka Fitzpatrick, for instance. His first couple of seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers were absolutely amazing. But to pay that guy $18 million a year right now, it doesn't make sense when you could dangle him out there and potentially grab draft capital that could really help your ball club in many areas in a big way. And I know Minka's a unique player. I know Deshaun Elliott can't play where Minka plays. It just probably wouldn't work out very well. But Deshaun Elliott was an excellent upgrade. So you have that spot locked down. So potentially maybe you dangle a guy like Minka. You get a second or a third round pick for Minka. And you go out there and you get a young safety. Maybe you do that. I'm just saying, these are hypotheticals, guys. Maybe you dangle George Pickens out there and Minka. And you say, guys, we want some return on our investment. And really, really load up for 2026. If you can get some picks here in 2025, absolutely awesome. But try to get some significant high-value pieces in 2026 that you can package together to move up that draft board to go after a franchise quarterback. That's, I think, something that you need to really take into consideration. Danny George, Bruce Arians was under Mike Tomlin. I didn't mind Bruce either. I like Bruce too, Danny. Mike, it's grown legs, but the season is Tomlin's big year so far. Pete says, think about this. We keep Fields and get Ashton Genty. Steelers win Super Bowl 60. I don't think so. I think it would be awesome. I think the run game would be absolutely awesome. Would the potential be there? Yeah, because why? I think you're going to have a significant run game. And if Justin Fields can really lean on that run game and hit splash plays when need be, I think you have a real recipe for success, definitely. But again, the Steelers have a lot of holes, and I don't know if they're just a couple pieces away, man, if that would mean enough. Sadly, because I want to be a believer. I want to be a guy that says, hey guys, the Steelers got this chip next year, man. They're going to take this shit. They're going to win, man. I want to be that guy for you, but I can't. I can't lie to you, and I got to tell you the truth. Lewis says, I would love Dan Marino work with our quarterbacks and maybe a good running back coach. I like Eddie Faulkner, man. I think he's a very good running back coach. Joe Vlogs, they have the cap, but where are the players? Yeah, you need to look. And there's going to be a lot of free agent players that you can go after. Definitely. I think there's going to be significant pieces that you can gain inside of free agency. I agree, bro. If we keep Fields, we take it far. Lewis, I like Justin Fields. It would be great to bring him back. And yes, get a wide receiver. I would try to get 2 receivers. Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Steelers here too, there's people that say draft 2 quarterbacks every year until you hit on one. I don't think 2026 is that year. I think you could draft one, but I'd be all on board to load up on drafting wide receivers and guys that can be skill position players right now. Just blow it up, man. Draft everybody you can, because I do think that they've drafted the correct pieces at the offensive line. I really, really do. I think that offensive line is going to be good. They just got to have time, and I know fans are impatient. It's the NFL. It's what have you done today? That's basically it. Having a big picture outlook is very hard for NFL fans, and that's okay. It is. But building an offensive line takes time, and the Steelers have made the correct moves. And again, I know it doesn't seem like that is the case, but it's true. And I hope that you start to see that as a fan here really soon. There's a fairly big risk Fields will sign elsewhere. I think you're right, Armand. Robert wrote, Bill Cowher hired Bruce Arians as wide receiver coach in 2004. He was promoted to offensive coordinator in 2007, but was already on the Steelers coaching staff. Yeah, so that wasn't even a Tomlin hire. Yeah, you're right, Robert. The old guys would be okay to be a backup. Yeah, but it's just like Russ when he came to the Steelers. These old guys aren't looking to go be a backup anywhere, guys. And I know a lot of you want to think that to be true. But, yeah, guys like Joe Flacco do that. But Joe Flacco ain't Matthew Stafford, Joe Flacco isn't Aaron Rodgers. These guys aren't going anywhere to sit the bench. They've made tremendous amounts of money. They're not going anywhere to be a backup to anybody. All right, guys, make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we are back diving in each and every day here on Steelers news, NFL news, and just bullshit, man. This is the place to just come and hang out and bullshit, get your favorite beverage, hang out, bullshit with the crew here. We have a great group in the chat, so make sure you guys are always inside of here talking football. Also, guys, I'm serious. The live calls hopefully are going to be coming soon, and I don't know. We're going to have to try it one night. So my plan is this is how we're going to do it, and I'm just going to try to explain to you. And I'm going to do it a cheap way at first, okay? Sorry, guys. I was feeding my son's bird, and I spilled some bird seed right here, and it was bugging me. My hand kept hitting it. So I got to wipe that off when I'm done. I didn't notice I dropped a few kernels. But anyway, what I was going to do is I have this TV that I use as my commuter monitor. It's very big. I was going to adjust the volume and turn it down enough and try to push it over here a little bit and see if we can hear it that way until we switch platforms on what we're streaming from. Once we switch platforms, there will be a number that you call, and we will need help from moderators, people like that or producer if I hire one, that are going to be able to take the calls and put you in a little bit of a little room per se here on the computer, and it'll have what you want to talk about in your name, and I'll bring you up that way. But for the time being, while we're live streaming in this shorts feed, I wanted to bring it up this way, or potentially grab one of my kids' phones during the show and figure out a way for you guys to call through, an app, Facebook, actually. You could do that. So how you'd be able to call is through Facebook Messenger. You are able to make audio calls, and I would have you call in through that, and I would accept your call, and we'd put you on there, and then that way I would have a button. If we got anybody that was saying dumb shit, I could just cut them off right away and get them out. So that's another potential way to do it. So we're going to try that. See if it works. But again, we're going to switch platforms again, but we're not there just yet. That's going to be about 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. So we're going to switch to where we can stream on everything, and then that'll give us the ability to add you into the rooms and all that. So that's how that's going to work. But if the sound quality is really shitty and people can't understand you when you call in, we'll kind of nix it until we switch to the platform. So that's the idea for right now. I have all this stuff here, so I want to try to figure it out. But that's just me. I'm not an engineer. I'm not like a guy that knows how to do all this, so I'm winging it, guys. And I'm doing it the best I can. And I know that may not be the best way to do it, but we're going to try. Brandon DeBrand, I know that it's miserable to be a Steelers fan. Oh, there he is. Brandon DeBrand, Debbie Downer. Good to see you, Brandon. Randy N. Yo, who are the Steelers going to have as quarterback? Tyrod Taylor, Jimmy Garoppolo. It's Fields for me. Yeah, I don't know how to say your name. Boo Watcher, I think is what. Yox B. I wish we could get Stafford. I don't. If it was cheap, basically free. What do you think about the Rooney Rule? Guys, I'm not afraid to talk about that millimeter. I know a lot of people shy away from that. And again, you know my feelings when we have people come in here and they say racial shit. I don't like it. I kick people out for that because I don't believe that that's something that should be going on. That's just me. But as far as the Rooney Rule, I think at the time it was implemented, I think it was a very good thing. Very good. And now that I think time has progressed and I think we've equaled the playing field, in my opinion, I think the opportunities there for men of color to succeed and to become the head coach of a franchise, I think the opportunities are there. And now that is here, and I think the playing field's a little bit more level now. And it wasn't before, and that's the reality. And again, I think at the time, it was a good thing. But I think the rule has become dated now. I don't think that it has to be a rule, because I think that enough men of color have proven themselves to be worthy of being a head coach in the National Football League. And you don't have to have a rule in place to get them an interview, because their performance and the way that they handle themselves on the football field in terms of their coaching attributes speak for themselves. And that's all you're looking for, in my opinion. You're looking for a guy that can coach football, and demonstrate those qualities. I don't give a shit if you're yellow, blue. I don't care. Come coach, baby. We're down. But again, I think the Rooney Rule has become dated. I think it needs to perhaps be revamped. I don't think it matters anymore now. Again, it's something that was needed at the time, but it is expired, in my opinion. Wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. Steelers signing Chase Daniels. Yeah, there you go. Randy and Fields. Pittsburgh buried Fields behind Russ. Didn't give him a chance. They did. They gave him a chance. He was 4-2, and he succeeded. I just don't think, honestly, guys, Russell Wilson wasn't going to come sit the bench. They got him for next to fucking nothing in terms of football value at the NFL level. So, literally, they thought to themselves, why would we give up a 4th-round pick when all we got to do is give a 6th round? I think that played a lot into it, too. Definitely. And Justin did contribute, and I was very proud of the way he fought and the way he grew and the way he seized his opportunities. 4-2, guys, and turned the ball over once or twice. The kid really played well, man. The young man played really well, in my opinion, and he grew every week. And that's what you want to see. That's what you're looking for. And again, if you could get this guy for $10 to $15 million, which with the way the bidding war might happen, might not be a reality, might not be a possibility. I think it would make sense. $15 million over 2 seasons, $15 million per season, $30 million total, fully guaranteed. Fuck it. Do it, man. It's not that bad of a deal for a quarterback that has potential. More potential in Mitchell Trubisky, and you gave him fucking $10 million, and that was several years ago. And the market has definitely increased since then, and Justin Fields has a tremendous amount of potential, more than Mitchell Trubisky ever had. So that's why it makes sense to me. You gave Mitch $10 million a year over 2 seasons. Why wouldn't you give Justin Fields 15? Why wouldn't you give him 12 and a half? I don't know. I mean, make it make sense. All right, guys, double tap that screen. We're about 45 minutes into the best live show on YouTube. That's right here on Mike Drop Sports. We haven't thrown a flag on anybody tonight. Somebody got to say something stupid so they can get the flag. But as always, guys, I go straight down through the chat. So if I don't get to your chat here at the bottom, I'm not ignoring you. I'm going straight down the list. I try to give everybody a fair opportunity to get their comment read and have it discussed here on the live show. So that means you got to get in here early. Turn on your notification bell and make sure you are subscribed to us here at Mike Drop Sports. Let's keep going. Miss P says no, that's her TJ Watt jersey. Miss P already won an award or a drawing here. She won $50. Miss P knows. Daddy paid up. I hooked her up. Randy N. Steelers may have made the playoffs most of the past few years, but hardly won any of them. They've won none of them, Randy. TJ Watt has never won a playoff game in his entire career. Can you make that make sense? You know? A guy like TJ Watt, the best defender on the planet, has no playoff wins. Let that sink in, guys. Let that sink in. A clown like fucking Myles Garrett's won a playoff game. With Baker Mayfield, of course. The guy they got rid of and sent to Tampa that's doing phenomenal things down there for that franchise. Instead, they went for the freaking massage parlor pervert and Deshaun Watson and went ahead and brought him in on one of the stupidest, most ridiculous deals of all time at the NFL level. And look what happened. I told you it was dumb then. Guys, I preached about the Deshaun Watson deal ad nauseum. I said it soon as it was done. It was the dumbest deal I have ever seen in sports. Next to like some of them baseball contracts. I'm talking football rather. It was the dumbest deal I ever seen. It was super dumb. Because Deshaun Watson wasn't the guy he was in Texas. He wasn't the guy when you took that much time off. You know the speed of the game is too fast. Guys, you can't have years off and come back and think that you're just going to be, bam, right back. Very few can even never do that. And that's why I caution a lot of people when they're like, oh, man, we want Cole Holcomb to come back. This guy basically been out 2 years now. The speed of the game is too fast, guys. It's too hard to adjust to being out of it that long. And it goes for any position, especially the quarterback position, guys, where you got to have laser speed, man. Your brain got to be working at a fucking crazy level. Well, I take that back. The NFL's dumbing shit down. This RPO bullshit, this way that the NFL is literally stopped being the example and started being a follower. College football now sets the example. College football now sets the trends. And the NFL just follows it. Is that lazy? I think it's laziness. I think it's teams that just say, look, we draft a franchise quarterback, we put a lot of money into him, and we want him to play right away. So we're going to dumb our shit down. We're going to keep it as simple as possible. We're going to stand back there, and we're going to go, oh, fake, pull back, run. We're never going to get under center. It's crazy. And you see very few players that are able to come out and be very, very good inside of the pocket. It's amazing to me, guys. Being a pocket passer is still the best thing for a quarterback. Still. And I know we're in this athletic quarterback era. But I think you can be athletic and still be a great pocket passer. I still think you can utilize your intelligence in a way that really gives you the advantage. Guys like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, those guys weren't the best athletes on the field, guys. They were the hardest working and they were the smartest athletes on the field, guys. And that's why they were excellent. That's why they were champions. That's why they are going to be immortalized in Canton, Ohio. Well, one is. I think Peyton's already in, right? So, yeah. Just saying, guys. That even came out of Tom Brady's mouth. He was never the best. What made him was the best is that he will outwork you. That he was smarter than you. Why? Why was he smarter? It wasn't because he was just Tom Brady. He had superior intelligence. That's not the case. Why was he smarter? Because he worked his ass off. He studied film more than anybody. He let football consume him. He let it be his job, and he took it seriously. That's why. We'd be idiots to turn down Stafford. That's from Yox B. Yox, you give up a third or second and a third round pick. Maybe you give up a first and a second round pick. You have too many holes for a guy that's going to be 38 years old that you're going to pay $50 million a year to. In a free agency period where you sat there and you said to yourself, we have a great opportunity. We have $60 million roughly right now, just off the top of my head last time I looked, in available cap space that you would literally eat up 90 fucking percent of that with one player that's old as shit. And you give away high value draft capital that you could potentially get younger at several positions, that you could potentially get players that could help you at several positions. You eat up all your free agency money where you could go out there and you could have got 10 players for that fucking 40 or 50 million. It doesn't make sense, brother. And I'm not knocking you. It doesn't make sense. All right, guys, we got to hit that like button. We got to beat the shit out of that like button. It's absolutely free. Double tap that screen, man. Some of you might even have 3 little white dots up in the right-hand corner of your screen. You can go ahead and hit that. That'll bring that drop-down box in to your screen. You can hit like there. Let's continue to go down through the chat. Goff just re-signed a year ago for $50 million per year. Yeah, man, he gets paid. That's what I said. I mean, I can't make it make sense to me how. Yeah, I can't. How Fields would go to Detroit. I can't make it make sense. There's nothing I can say. Mark Malone, what's up, Mark? Mark's an OG too. He says, no Fields. I know how Mark feels about no Fields, man. About Justin Fields, definitely. And again, he's not wrong. Mark's not wrong. You guys that have worries about Justin, I keep saying it. You guys have legitimate britches. Brandon DeBrand says nobody wants to play for the Steelers. Nobody might know. Everybody thinks that people want to play for Tomlin. I don't think that's the case. I think people see right through his phony ass. All right, guys. Also wanted to talk about Beanie Bishop. He seemed to think that was just a coaching decision that, he necessarily wasn't a fan of. During the season when Cam Sutton stepped in to replace him basically as the lead dog in the slot cornerback role. And Beanie saw significantly less snaps. And definitely, I think it was something that really crushed the development, in my opinion, of Beanie Bishop. A guy that was getting turnovers. One of the few bright spots of the defense was sat down, basically. And allowed Cam Sutton to continually just be average, not even average, not even good. And I think that was a definite coaching error. And I think Beanie pointed that out, man, that it was a coaching error. And it was something that I think definitely shouldn't have been done. You don't want to stunt people's growth. You know what I mean? And when there's a player in there that's young, that's doing things that are very, very exciting, getting turnovers, growing each and every week, a player you can see taking the steps to be really, really good eventually. No, I wasn't saying, he was lights out or anything, but he was showing that growth. I think it was something very dangerous that the Steelers did because they could really have disrupted that young man's career in a big, big way. Matt Burton, Dak is way overrated. Draft Howard or McCord. What's up, Matt? And holes at crucial spots. We do. Brandy's talking to Brandon. Draft Howard. And so I want Jackson Dart the more I watch. I like Howard, though, too, Mark. Bobby Hester, buy the Titans. I wish I could buy a team. I wish I had that kind of money. You guys go ahead and like and subscribe. Maybe Double J. Maybe I can buy. Never know. You never know. Tom Ford says that would be interesting. Justin Fields to the line for Hendon Hooker in a draft pick. Other than that, I'd keep him as the starter. Steelers Barstool, I saw go for Matthew Stafford. Steelers Barstool. Are you with Barstool Sports? I'm just playing. Mark Malone signed Rudolph and Danny Dimes or Mac Jones. Old Mason, the Mason talk will be going hard and heavy. He signed a 2-year deal with the Titans, so he got another year on that, I believe. Mila Meter 215. Garrett might sign with the Eagles and get $37 million a year. Man, Garrett gonna go ring chasing, I guess. I don't blame him. I mean, I would too. Sco 6 Trey. Oh, he's talking to Tom Ford. Armand Minka looked bad in our 5-2-3-1 done. He'd fetch number 2 as he's had 2 poor years. It'd be difficult. Brandon DeBrand says you're not getting a third for Minka, a fourth. I think a fourth is way undervaluing. Definitely. He's done enough in this league that you'll get more than a fourth. I'm not. See, a lot of people like Brandon. You're taking Brandon, for instance, and this is not a knock on Brandon at all. This isn't like me talking bad about Brandon, because I appreciate fans from other teams. I appreciate criticism. I appreciate any of it. But a lot of fans talk from the heart. And what do you expect? You know, a lot of fans talk and say things that they know deep down isn't real or isn't true, wouldn't be realistic, but they say it out of their fandom. They say it out of their hatred for another team. They say it just sheerly, basically just being a fan. And that's okay. But you got to sift through some of that. And you got to be realistic. And you got to actually dive into what things truly are around the league. Armand Zone, try to get Stafford, Genty, get rid of Pickens and Najee. Najee is a free agent, so he will probably be gone. Wave that terrible towel from Miss Pittsburgh. Roberta Campbell says, I'd like to see Fields at quarterback this season, but I feel he is going to get offers and probably signing elsewhere. It definitely is starting to get interesting. And again, guys, if they don't sign him within the first couple hours of free agency, literally as soon as it opens up, I'm going to have to tell you, he's probably going to go somewhere else. Wish we could say that from Miss P. Connor, we need a D-line. You need a nose tackle. I feel like you have an excellent D-line. You need a true nose tackle. And the Steelers don't possess that, guys. I thought Mon Adams could be that guy. He's got to be healthy. He's got to stay on the field, and they've got to utilize him. But, you know, I nose tackle definitely is it. Downtown draft a freaking nose tackle. Yeah, there's a couple guys in this draft that you could go out there and get, I think would be definite real upgrades. Cam won't be around much longer, and Benton needs a running mate. Yeah, they need to. They'll get one. D-line's definitely a position they'll draft this year. Jones, 45th ranked tackle. This is crossroads year for Jones from Armand. Yeah, guys, and I think Broderick will be immensely better next season. I really do. All right, guys, double tap that screen. We're about to hit the 1 hour mark here on the live stream, so make sure you are double tapping that screen. I need 3 more of you to hit that button so we can get to 30. We are getting back into groove, guys. I know we always chase 100 likes here on the live stream, but I'm not going to be unrealistic in my expectations. I know we're just getting back into groove here after a couple days after the passing of one of the most beautiful souls, beautiful women that I've ever known in my life, and definitely one of the most wonderful women that definitely ever. Just a great woman, a school teacher, a great grandmother, a great friend, just a wonderful person, and definitely one of those people that always had your back, you know. And that was my grandmother. So I want to definitely dedicate what I do here this year, here in 25, to my grandmother. Again, one of the most amazing people that I ever met or knew or will ever know. So definitely had to deal with that for a few days. Kind of just weird not having somebody that you've had in your life your whole life. But somebody that always had your back too. You know, you don't find them growing on trees, man. People don't always have your back. So again, I want to appreciate you all for that. And yeah, sometimes you just need a week or so, you know? I keep feeling to myself like, get your ass in gear, get moving, and I did that when my mother died. My mother died when she was 47 years old. And that haunted me for a decade, man. It's been a long time, man, well, not a long time, about 14, 15 years, something like that now. Um, I try not to keep track of it anymore. But that was something that like ate me forever, man. Ate me up, 47 years old. So definitely when I started doing this, the podcasting, it was kind of one of those things. I would let it eat me up for so long. I was just looking for more and more shit to do. So that was part of doing this too. And yeah, you can't let things eat at you, but don't rush it. Don't try to rush yourself back to doing things. So if you're out there and you lost a loved one, man, don't try to rush yourself into doing stuff and getting yourself back in to doing things. You need to take time to chill a little bit and get yourself back together. So we did that, and we're hot and heavy, baby. We're back. Enough with the emotional, gooey stuff. But yeah, guys, we've been going for over an hour. We usually stream for about an hour. But don't forget, man, 10,000. We're giving away a signed TJ Watt authentic Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. This is of the Nike variety. So make sure you guys get that membership, 99 cents a month. Always will be 99 cents a month. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Make sure you like, share, all that good stuff. Thank you guys. I'll read all the comments. Thank you, Roberta. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome, man. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that so much. I'll read all your comments. Again, I went down through, so I can't scroll through on this one, but I'll go through and read all of them. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you. That is so cool that you guys are so supportive, man. I got so many messages, so many phone calls, and I want to apologize to one of our great people here on the channel, somebody that's become a very good friend to me over the last couple years, that's been with me basically since day one here at Mike Drop Sports, and that's Sean. Epic Expedition, Sean. You all know Sean, especially you people that watch all the time. Sean will be back hopefully this weekend to have a good conversation and just have a bullshit session and talk some football and see you guys again because he hasn't been on. He's been getting over a sickness. But I want to apologize to him because I'd missed a phone call and some texts from Sean and all that. But I definitely wanted to say I was sorry for missing that. And I did that from a lot of people. So sorry about that. But I'm back in the saddle, baby. So make sure if you have any comments, questions, and concerns you want answered, MikeDropSports@yahoo.com. You're welcome to send us emails. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Also, you can message us on Facebook. I do have the ability to get back in there again. We were offline there for a while. It was all messed up, but I finally got that to work again. And again, we're going to try these live call things. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the Facebook up on here. And then you can video call or audio call us on Facebook. So you got to follow us there. And then hopefully everybody can hear you. And we'll do it at a correct volume to where it'll pick it up. And I have another mic, so we might be able to mic it in that way. We'll see. But we're going to try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then we'll just have to wait until we do the other platforms. So no big deal. But we're going to give it a go. So big things, man. So until tomorrow, guys, I haven't been doing my daily upload. I got to get that back too. So check us out, guys. Just turn your notification bell on. You'll know. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. So until tomorrow, I'm Jason. We'll be back tomorrow with another exciting show. Thank you again, everybody, for your support. And we'll see you then. So peace, my friends.